If you're retired or near retirement, a question you may have is how is my retirement income going to affect my taxes? More specifically, you may be wondering, are my Social Security benefits taxable? And in this video, I want to bust a myth that I hear very often that Social Security income is not taxable because Social Security income is, in fact, taxable income. Whether or not you pay taxes on it is going to depend on your other streams of income and a tiered system that the IRS has to determine whether or not those benefits are taxable. If you're new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Timalyn Bowens, and I am America's favorite EA. As an enrolled agent, I'm licensed through the Internal Revenue Service to represent taxpayers just like you in all 50 states before the IRS. I specialize in representing taxpayers that owe the IRS $100,000 or more, or if they're actively being levied, which means the IRS is cleaning out their bank accounts, they're being audited, or they need to remove a tax lien. I do all of this at my business, wrong one, Bowens Tax Solutions, which is a virtual firm based in Louisville, Kentucky. But let's get to the Social Security income, okay? Because when I was younger, I would hear people say, well, I'm getting Social Security, so I can only work so many hours. And I didn't realize until probably around 2012, 2013, after I'd been in this industry for a year or two, what that actually meant. So let's get into that now. As I said before, Social Security income is taxable income, but the IRS has a tiered system where they look at your combined income, and based on that, it determines if any or part of your Social Security benefits are taxable. So when we look at this combined income, we're looking at your adjusted gross income, which is known as your AGI. So if you're looking at the 2023 return, it's going to be line 11. That's where your adjusted gross income is. So this is typically if you had any wages earned, if you had any pension income, right? If you had any dividends, income from rental properties, that type of thing. Okay. Plus, we're also going to factor in any tax-free interest you have, as well as half of your net Social Security benefits. So if you're looking for that net Social Security benefit, your 1099 SA, which is the tax form you get at the end of the year, and it shows how much you received in Social Security benefits, you want to look at box 5. Okay? Now, the base changes each year, so I want to actually look at my notes just to make sure I don't get this part wrong for you, okay? So if we're looking at 2024, right? So we're looking at next spring. If your combined income, remember that's going to be your adjusted gross income plus any tax-free interest plus half of your Social Security benefits. If you are filing as single and that combined income is going to be under $25,000, then there's no tax on your Social Security benefits. Okay. Now, that amount goes up to 32,000 if you were filing as married filing joint. Okay. Then no tax on your Social Security benefits. However, we have to take into consideration, so if you are single and your combined income is going to be in between 25,000 and 34,000, then 50% of your Social Security benefits are going to be taxable, okay? Now, if you were married filing jointly, it's between 32,000 and 44,000. 50% of the Social Security benefits can be taxed. For the majority of my clients, what I see is they have a combined income that's above 34,000 if they're single, and that makes up to 85% of their benefits be taxed. Or if they're married filing jointly, their combined income, so not just for them, but for them and their spouse when they file together, is going to be above 44,000. So 85% of their Social Security benefits are taxed. And that's how they end up becoming a client of mine because what happens is they have their pension income, right? So they filled out a W-4P so that that broker knows how much to withhold from their pension. Whether that pension or maybe it's a 401k that's held with Fidelity, or maybe it's with the state. They have the W-4P filled out, but they haven't factored in Social Security or that part of those benefits will actually be taxable. So they end up being in trouble because they have this amount of Social Security that's usually around $30,000 that doesn't have any taxes withheld at all, and 85% of that 30,000 is taxable. So what happens at the end of the year is they get hit with a tax bill that they weren't anticipating, because this whole time going into retirement, they thought that none of their Social Security benefits would be taxable. Is that you? You want to make sure that you either have additional withholding from your pension or your 401k or your annuity, which you can fill out a W-4P and do that. Now, I have a video on this channel of a W-4P, but I am going to actually be updating it for 2024. So if you haven't yet, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, because that will be coming out this month as a part of Senior Sunday. Now you can watch the video from last year, but it's just not going to have the updated 2024 information. Or your second option is you can elect to have withholding done from your Social Security benefits. That is done through Form W-4V. And again, I don't have that video out yet because I haven't done one, because I didn't realize the importance of it. However, next Sunday for Senior Sunday, I'll be filling out a W-4V, and it'll be right here on this channel, and I'll walk you through the process and where you need to turn that in to make sure that you have some withholding for your Social Security benefits. Now, if you have any other questions about your retirement, please let me know down in the comments. Or if you're facing a tax bill right now that you can't pay in full because you found yourself owing the IRS in retirement, I would love to see if you're a good fit to work with me at Bowens Tax Solutions. You can go to www.bowenstaxsolutions.com. And as a matter of fact, the website is right here. When you go there, you can click on the Book Now button, and there are different options for the type of phone call that you'll need to select to have with me. All right. Now, even if you don't get help from me, as I always say on my podcast, please be sure to get the help you need. I'm on a personal mission to fill the tax literacy gap one taxpayer at a time. So even if it's not me that directly helps you, I do want to make sure that you get help. So let me know whatever questions you have down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next Sunday for Senior Sunday in April of 2024.